Hey, 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 hey! Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here. Welcome to our lunch stream. It's Friday. It is time to get down and party. It's the weekend, and boy, do we have a weekend installed for you guys. We got that big stream coming up tomorrow. 12 hours of fun. We got to raise this money for the American Cancer Society. We're over halfway there. We're just over $7,500. And we got to get to 15, and we're going to need your guys' help. But to make sure that we provide you as much fun and quality entertainment as we can, we've got so many games and guests and fun stuff lined up. So please check us out tomorrow. The Jedi Academy will be part of that 12-hour stream. So I've got my coffee. I'll have my tobacco. I'm going to have everything ready to rock and roll for tomorrow as we get ready for this big charity stream. But today it's just a lunch stream. No Battlefront today. People have been asking, and I appreciate that. But it'll be tomorrow right after Jedi Academy from 12 to 2. Force Master Decepticons, maybe some special guests will be joining us. Maybe Tiss will play with us. Maybe some of her family. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. It's crazy. But today we're here for the lunch stream. The lunch stream is where we hang out for you good folks for the next hour or so. Bring you something fun to listen to during your lunch, whether you're listening to us live or you're listening to us later on, whether you're listening to us on YouTube or download us as a podcast for iTunes. Doesn't matter. Same quality, same time that you can spend while you're eating your lunch to listen to something fun. And we'll try to make it fun and entertaining for you and bring you some laughs and bring you the information you need for your Star Wars Galaxy Hero stuff. So that's what we're here to do. Real quick, as a quick reminder, please give us a thumbs up on the video. It does help spread our content out in the YouTube world. It helps get us more views, helps with the monetization, and it's always important. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We're heading near the 4,000 subscriber mark, and I'm pretty proud of that. You know, we're a channel that we focus mainly on live streaming, so we don't focus on as many subscribers, but that's okay. We're here to bring you guys something fun to listen to. But if you like the quality and quantity of the streams that we're putting out, then please subscribe so you can get that bell notification when we are streaming live. I already mentioned the ACS stuff, and we also have our Patreon. We have a lot of ways you can support the channel. We've got Super Chat. We've got, you can become a sponsor on YouTube. We've got our Patrons. Love our Patrons. They keep us afloat and keep us going. So shout out to all our Patrons, VIPs, everybody out there that helps support the channel. We love you and appreciate you, and keep up the support. All right, that's all the mechanisms. Let's introduce the panel. There's just a couple of us today. Finn is in a meeting, so probably will not be joining us today unless he gets done with his meeting. So he can be on, he will. Grant is at the pool. I don't know what he's doing. But we do have Grim the Mechanic here today.
How's it going?
And from across the pond, from jolly old England, Mr. Michael W. Hunt.
Konnichiwa. I had nigiri don for lunch today.
You had what?
Because I am nigiri don.
Oh,
it was lovely. See,
very
I'm
nice.
speaking to you from the future. It's 5 p.m. where I am.
Oh.
Just after.
In the future, Mike, what happens with Revan?
In the future, Revan gets his ass spanked by a bunch of toasters.
Okay, did not know that. Good to know. Interesting. Okay.
That's
You heard it
it.
here first. Breaking news. It's not real. Mike Hunt.
Tell him beware the bagel.
We go to our man Michael Hunt in England, who is live in the future to bring us the latest from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Mike, what can you tell us?
I am here in England. It is unusually warm for this time of the year and strangely not rainy. I'm a bit miffed about that.
Well, it's the future.
Other news is Revan is scared of electrical appliances. You heard it here first.
All right. Makes it hard to use that lightsaber. Okay.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. And Mrs. Revan's really upset because he's trashed her favorite toy.
Okay. That was too much information. Mike, oh, I just got a news report. Mike has died. Oh, well, that's a shame. Oh. All right.
Report.
If you guys have questions, go ahead and pop those into the chat. I'm on triple duty again, so I will be scooping up your questions. Bear with me, guys. But make sure you put question for your statement. Help me to help you get your question read if you do have questions. So that's that. Now let me get on the game. Grand Arena, unfortunately, it's just setup phase. I am in the finals. I'll try to maybe incorporate that tomorrow in the 12-hour stream. We do have to do stuff for I have to Zeta my farm boy Luke, and that's in behalf of the wonderful Rose Taco that donated for that thing. We got a lot of cool stuff on the Tiltify stuff. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's a lot of wonderful stuff that we have. Prizes, Yeti microphones. We got the Big Bear J lightsaber that we're giveaway that we're going to be giving away once we reach the 15,000 mark. So I'm not going to change anything on defense for Grand Arena. Just going to go with what we have, and it'll go offense, and I'll try to incorporate that tomorrow so we can see the battles and stuff, because I know you guys have wanted to see that. You said it's been a big help in your battles and stuff, so it's nice to have us doing the thing that you guys need to see to be successful, and that's what it's all about. Okie dokie in the pokey. Wait, I have to do some... Wait a second, I got to do some energy usage here. 1 second before we get to our roster review. Let me just go to Jedi. Jimmy. Let's see here. I got to slice. I have to slice. Alright, let's use all this crap. And disco. Oh, good, I can slice this one. Come on, speed. Please, God, give me speed. Speed. Damn it, potency! It's never rolling speed mods! Oh!
I've hit a milestone in my swgoh life.
God!
I got my first plus 20 speed secondary.
I'm very, very happy for you. It may be a long time before you see another one.
More than likely. And this one was on a tenacity set,
yeah,
too, which is kind of...
Well, you take what you can get at this point, because the rolls have been awful. And another thing, CG, I know what you're doing. Don't think I don't. I'm getting crap rolls for Young Lando and Bastila. Now, listen, if I'm going to be spending the energy and stuff and getting none on the pulls or one a day, come on. That's garbage. Everybody else is normal, but those two is like, wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's crap. So, I'm watching you, CG.
Well, hang in there. If some of these new rules get posted, they're going to have to
I'm going to know. That's
drop
right.
Percentages on
at
every...
least your rolls on Emo Bastilla are bad. They're not as bad as on Jumanji, who apparently is is she pregnant or what?
I don't know, man.
It's
bad,
3 weeks
dude.
late at the moment.
I've had it days.
What is that about?
It's rare that I get more than 2 on these guys, and I'm pulling. If you pull 8, you expect 1, and those days I'm like, yeah, I got 1. I've had days where I just got none. I'm like, what in the hell is happening here? Ugh.
And then we get.
Go ahead, Mike.
All I was going to say is, of course, having had all the fun that we did on the Emperor's shuttle shards, where it was kind of like every blue moon you didn't get a shard, you kind of get used to shards dropping each time you click the button, and then you go back to your normal farm, and it's like, okay.
I swear, I'm about to pull a Seinfeld on this stuff. What's the deal with the mods?
That's like me.
Why can't I get a Basilisk shard? What's going on?
I had 4 days straight of pulling 0 T3 shards.
I don't.
4 days straight.
4 days, man. All right, I don't want to talk. Let's do our roster review. All right, today we're doing Bone Jones 159. Love the name, and they're in House Crimson Neva. That's a cool name. And let's see what he's looking for today. Says, just an overall view would be great. Would love to know what I should be working towards, and characters and gear in order would be nice too. I struggle in ships, so anything in ships would help. Also, who should I get my next datas as well? He says, I'd like to know which direction I should be going in. I always feel like I'm playing catch up. I'm currently farming the New Old Republic. Have Ordo done Fallen Basilisk 50 shards away from completion. An overall view would be nice. All right, let's do it. Let's just get in here and delve into everything. So you can see he's got his Revan squad. He's doing much better in Arena. Don't need to touch that. Ships are doing pretty darn good in. A little bit of a drop off, and I can understand why. The old MILF factor. Not much you can do about that, Mr. Bones. Not much we can help you there, but we'll look. The lineup you're looking is fine. I just think that it is what it is, man. Trust me, I'm right where you're at with Fleet. Now, I don't push Fleet as much as I should. I do maybe 3 battles, 4 battles a day. I rarely do 5. I stay in the top 50. I'm happy with the currency and 50 crystals, So I'm glad to see that you're doing well in Arena. That's important. They see your current rate is 63. That can't be right. I'm looking at your thing like what? How did you drop so far? Unless you just missed some days, because you've been in the top 10 and top 20 with your Revenant team, so pretty good there. So let's just look at your overall roster. Let's delve in, fellas. Just an overall...
Well, it's entirely possible he didn't get Revan the first time around and just got it this last time. So
yeah. All right. So all right. Let's just start from the top. Bounty Hunters. Great. Outstanding job. So not only has he got the most of the Bounty Hunters gear 12, Greedos is gear 11, so is Cad Bane. Jango Fett is done. Awesome. Gear 9. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Sam Wessell's done too. Bounty Hunters look great. And he has Zetas on Boba Fett and IG-88. Wow. I've never seen that before. That's awesome. Bounty Hunters are fine. Yeah, they're fine. Don't need to, no. First Order. All right, we need the other Zeta on Kylo. Execution's 11, that's fine. Phasma 11. First Order Stormtrooper, probably one you want to work on to add to that lineup. Kick the hell out of Phasma. Put in your First Order Stormtrooper. At Gear 9, he's if you get him to Gear 10, he's doable in that lineup because he's a tank. You do need a Zeta on them. So if you're looking for Zeta, these could be a possible ways to round out your First Order. Kylo Ren and First Order Stormtrooper with the gear you've got on everybody else and the Zetas. That's a great team for Territory Wars, Grand Arena. I use them on defense. Put them in, plug them in, make your First Order officer fast as snot, and let them do what they do. They have to use a good team against them, and that's what you're trying to do, is make them waste good teams. And if they don't, and you give that team if you get First Order turn meter, bye-bye. All right, let's see here. We're going to move on to the next one. Let's see here. Imperial Troopers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Troopers need some work. Oh boy, do they need some work.
Yeah.
Let's make a note. First Order, so good. Bounty Hunter's good. Imperial Troopers not so good. This is an important team. It's important for dark side territory battles, and it's one of your better offensive teams that can clear a lot of stuff in Grand Arena and in Territory Wars. The fact that you don't even have Stark unlocked, I don't know if you just don't have him you just haven't unlocked him, but let's give some love to the Troopers. Death Troopers 11, that's fine. We need to finish Storm. We need to finish General Veers, Stark. We got to get them going. That's a team that could really help you out in a lot of ways. So we found one team that you can possibly, for Zetas and gear, you can finish up your First Order team, and then I'd say right now priority would be the Troopers, but we still have to go through the rest of your rosters. Jedi I'm not going to look at because you've got Revan. Well, we'll look at them anyway. Yeah, they're fine. They're more than fine. They're really good. So I got no issues with your Jedi lineup. Really, really good. Boy, oh boy. Nice Sisters. Let's take a look at your Nice Sisters. Okay, so Talzin needs to be finished up, but your rest of your Nice Sisters are at least gear 11 or higher. Zombies gear 11, that's perfect. Asajj has the 2 Zetas. If you want to finish up, wait till you get 7 stars on Talzin, throw on her Zeta, then that's all you need. You can finish up your Nice Sisters. Really, really important to get Talzin in there. So Talzin, the team I run is Asajj, Talzin, Zombie, Talia, and Daka. Really good, solid team. Plug and play in a lot of different places, defense, offense, in a lot of different ways. So let's keep farming your Talzin. That's one you need to work on. So far we've got Troopers and Talzin. Let's see here. We don't need to look at. Well, let's look at your Old Republic because I want to look at the other ones. Okay. Very nice, Canderous. Basila, very nicely done on Canderous. Very nicely done on Basila. She's almost done, so really good job on those two. Missions Albert, if you want to eventually work on a Kira Stall team, you got them gear 9 and 7. Trust me, the gear on them is ridiculous. The whole Scoundrel team is. Anything you pick nowadays, they're just Corbante hungry and stuff. I mean, it's
pretty much.
God in heaven, man.
Except for except for the Separatist droids that need lots and lots and lots and lots of syringes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mark 6 syringes. Ugh.
Rebels, I'm sure, are going to be fine. Yep, they sure are. Chewie. Don't see 3PO.
Yeah, his Ewoks need some work.
Yeah, that could be a team we need to work on.
And it looks like he is working on them.
Yeah, just need finish Chirpa and Logray. I wouldn't worry about gear or anything on these guys until we get closer to the 3PO event. But you got Elder, Tebow, Paplo, Logray, Wicket. You got to keep working on. If you get the main five, there's a couple of reasons. Ewoks for 3PO is important, so we know that's an important piece to have. 3PO makes the Rebels super dynamic, more than they already are. And you can put him on lots of different teams, and he's nasty. So you want to keep farming Chirpa.
Well, and not to mention, if he gets Wicket and them up, he'll be able to start farming Zetas.
That's the thing.
And also, the Murder Bears is a pretty effective team in GW and TW.
But so gear dependent. So awful. But that's something we can think about working on. So team-wise, I would say, boy, this is a tough one. Troopers or Ewoks?
I'd say finish Ewoks first. Get at least get your 3PO unlocked, and then maybe switch over to.
Yeah, we could do
Troopers.
That. But the thing is, they're all in different spots. So if you want to work on a couple of your troopers, like you can farm Stark out of the store, and I think some of these other Ewoks. So you can come up with a plan for this.
Wicket is hard nodes. He can get Logray and Paplu from the guild store.
Right. I think Stark is from guild store as well. Yeah, so there's rotation, so you can start working on all those. We got to get Veers done too. So we've got some farms that you can work on. Ewoks and Troopers are important. The other teams that I'm looking at, I mean, I'm about to look at your Sith, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure they're very solid. I can see your tray is almost 7 stars. That's fantastic. Yeah, no issues here with your Sith. They look really good. Very good. I think that, let's start farming those Troopers and Ewoks. Troopers, because there's just such a good team on offense. And then the Ewoks, I'm not expecting you to go crazy with the gear. I did mine with a couple 11, 10, Zedon Chirpa. Got my 3PO. You can do the same thing. But you can at least farm these characters. So if you want to work on the Old Republic characters and stuff, that's fine. But I would incorporate from the stores and where you can, incorporate some of these farms with Ewoks and Troopers, especially Veers and Stark. We've got to get those guys up, and we got to get them going.
Yeah, and they are still a counter to Night Sisters, even when they put on defense, they end up putting Nest or Wampa in there. You can still get away with it as long as you have somebody that can put Tenacity up on the team.
So that's your roster in a sense. So that gives you some ideas of what you need to work on. Gives you some Zeta possibilities. I would say round up your first order, and then you can round up your Talzin for your Night Sisters. Bam, those are done. Then farm the characters, because you got character farms with those other two teams, with the Troopers and for the Ewoks. We need that pillar piece with 3PO. But other than that, really, for 3 million GP, this is a fantastic job. I'm really impressed with just the sheer number. There's not a lot of fluff I'm seeing here. You focus on the right characters. You've got your Rooney team locked in. Ships look fine. I mean, from what ship lineup you're running, I looked at it real quick. I wouldn't change much, man. I mean, you're going to struggle against the MILF lineups. I could beat them, but they can also beat me, because it's nasty. It's just super nasty. Not much more you can do that you're running the right lineup. We'll look into ships a little bit more here in a second, but I'm not seeing anything in your lineup that makes me go, nope. So, but yeah, good job on the characters. So just work on those. Those would be the areas, Zetas, that you could focus on to round out some of those teams and be good to go. So let's go to ships. We saw what you already did for Arena, but I think the lineup you're using is fine. Maybe put TIE Advance as a reinforcement. I like that, and put like an Imperial TIE Fighter on the front, but that's maybe one of the suggestions. I hope you're using Cassian's U-Wing as one of your reinforcements. Do I see Cassian? No, Cassian U-Wing needs some work. Cassian U-Wings, finish him out of the Cantina store. There's no reason that ship should not be 7 stars. You need to
Cassian
work on
U-Wing and I'd say finish up TIE
something.
Reaper too, because TIE Reaper is still
There's some work to do. There's some work to do.
Yeah. I just looked. His Plo Koon is only 4-star. Yeah.
You're top heavy with ships. You've got a lot of great ships that you've worked on and got done. So you need to work on your Poe. You definitely need to work on your Reaper. Definitely need to work on. Goodness gracious.
I'd say
Cassian's
the next one would, finish up Cassian's, and you gotta get Plo Koons, man. Plo Koons is such clutch.
Yeah. That ship will help you clear all the PvE content, hands down. And then once you get him in a decent spot, then he is great on the Galactic Republic fleet. He is that shit that comes in, you're like, oh my god. Yeah, those.
I've been using them to like, I'll bring him in, and usually my Houndstooth ends up getting his taunt dispelled and stuff, and I'll bring in Plo Koon and be like, I'll give the taunt right back to Houndstooth.
That's right. Take that taunt, you like it. Your starting lineup's fine. Then I would say your reinforcements would be Slave 1, Phantom.
I wonder, how's his Kylo Ren's command shuttle? Oh, he has Kylo Ren's command shuttle's reinforcement maxed.
Yeah, that could be really good.
That's a really good reinforcement ship.
Can dispel, can do a lot of stuff. So that might be a reinforcement as well. That's 3. Maybe first order TIE fighter pilot. With the target lock and damage, he can really crank out some damage. Maybe want to consider putting him in your starting lineup. Keep your TIE advance. Well, no, they both do target lock. I'll play around with it. Try your first order TIE fighter pilot in your starting lineup. Bring your Vader off the bench because he can, if his reinforcement's done, he can debuff and all that stuff, and that can make a big difference in battles. Yeah, Kylo Ren, Cassian's U-Wing is a priority, so is Poe. Finish up Imperial TIE fighter pilot. That's an important ship. Get those ones done first, and then I start working on some of these other ones. But
to be honest, I think he should probably work on getting the Falcon unlocked. Let's see here. He's got 5-star IG-2000. Where is Xanadu? He's got 4-star Xanadu.
I mean, if that's what he's working on, I'm fine with that. Trust me. But he's still...
Because the Millennium Falcon will help him a lot in Arena, because that's the current meta ship right there.
If that's what you're working on, then I'm all for it. I'm thinking of maybe going to ships here once I finish my my Kira Stall team. But that's mainly just for the farms. Once I finish Lando, I'm going into like those ships. So go ahead, Mike.
I got a 7-star MILF. What I don't have is a very good Rebel squad. A lot of players on my shard have 60'd everything. So what I've taken to running is MILF with Houndstooth and Xanadu Blood.
Oh, that's great. I see that all the time. Yeah.
And if you're, you will be farming Xanadu Blood to unlock MILF anyway. So it actually gives you an opportunity of using the ship. It goes in stealthed. And as soon as you apply the special to MILF can't be targeted, which means they can only hit Houndstooth. And then the option that I tend to take is to do the cleanse with Akbar on his first go. I cleanse my MILF or whoever has Breach. So Breach is gone. Then I bring in my Cassian, and then I absolutely annihilate their MILF. Match 1. Works a treat. Really does work a treat. Utilize what you've farmed to get your MILF.
All right.
Mike with the knowledge bomb, and then the mic drop.
Word?
There you go. Yes. I dropped years ago, mate. Oh, sorry, we're not talking about
that. Looking at your mods, don't see any issues with it. I really don't. A lot of them are on your PvP team. I was looking at your Revan.
See a lot of mods you can slice.
Yeah, there's some purple mods you can slice. Quit doing 60 mods. Let's start doing these purple mods. I want to see these purple and blue mods you've got. Get them to 5A.
Wow, look at that tenacity circle on Dengar. The 18 speed rolled 4 times, protection primary. That
can I have that? Can you gift it to me?
I'll have one of those, please. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
And it can still be sliced up.
Yeah. There's a lot of mods here that can be sliced up that are really nice that I think you need to get these purples and blues sliced up. Let's get some of these. I don't want you doing any more 6E mods for a while. There's too many of these other mods I'm seeing that could easily roll in the higher range for you to give you more diversity in your mods. I think you've got plenty of the right kinds of mods. I don't think you need to farm mods. I think you just need to slice, man. Let's do some slicing done. Too many good mods there that you could easily. Got that one on Jolie, the one on Kylo Ren. Oh, good lord. Yeah, definitely could roll some of these and get some really nice speed out of them. Yeah, we need to do that. So my recommendation on you and your mods is stop doing 6E. Let's get these mods that are purples and blues. Let's slice those up to 5A and see where you end up with, and then you can make an evaluation. Once this page here is all gold, pretty much down the line, then you can start going, okay, let's do some more 6Es. Because then you're at the point like, okay, now let's take it to the next level. But there's a lot of good mods here that have potential to really, I mean, God, that...
Yeah. And not to mention,
speed, tenacity on boss. I mean, good lord. I mean, these are some nice speeds that could easily, you could get to in the 20 range.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention, if you focus on slicing up the ones and stopping at, before you take them to 6E, you'll start building up a surplus of the 6E materials so you can slice multiple ones at a time instead of just one at a time.
Oh,
yeah, because for ships you need 2 at a go, really, don't you, to
pretty
get
much
the benefit.
Science. All right, so I think that covers everything. You got your teams.
I like how Mike saying MILF all the time is triggering Darth Hideous.
What?
Yeah, I'm reading chat.
It doesn't take much to set off Hideous, man.
Was he a MILF fan?
Yeah,
but man, this is a good roster,
very
man.
Good roster. Very good roster. Very heavily focused. You just go to his profile and you see the results, and you've done it the right way, Bones. You really have. I am very, very impressed with what you've done. For 3 million GP to be where you're at is really solid. We're more into the rounding out stage. We got some stuff to work on, no doubt about it. You got Ewoks and Troopers we got to farm, but those other teams, like First Order stuff, you're just some gear and Zetas away from rounding them out. So pick one. I don't care. Night Sisters, First Order. Round them out with your Zetas and that piece of gear. And then let's get those farms on Troopers and Ewoks going. I think ships, keep farming the ships that we recommended. Do the best you can. Looks like you got a solid plan there. I don't have a problem with your farming plan or what you're working on. You're doing a great job. And I don't have any problem whatsoever with a lot of you've done. Mods, we got to do some slicing. There's too many mods that are purple and blue that could easily be much higher in the bracket if they were gold. So let's cut back on the 6E for now. I mean, if you look at your profile, you have 31 gear 12. That's kind of in the range where you want some 6Es going on, but you've got a lot more that you've got to work on, and you need as much. The more diversity you have with mods, and the more that you have in that double-digit speed, the better it is going to be for your overall lineup. And you don't know what those mods are going to slice. I mean, you hope it's speed. If not, then okay, at least you know. And it's not a, if it's already 13 speed and you don't get it, okay, it's still 13 speed. It's decent. Not great, but you can use it on characters because you're not going to have 20 speed on all your characters. It's not the world we live in. But you can have them pretty solid to where, it makes a huge difference, in Grand Arena and Territory Wars.
Not only does House Crimson Nova.
All right.
Yeah. I said Neva before.
I mean, not only does slicing all those blues and purples up,
Neva,
help you out, it will also help your guild out because the teams that you start putting up for defense and offense and territory wars will get better as well.
Oh, Matt, I've taken to running Ewoks against Boss Leads.
Sure.
And I went. It'll be. I've uploaded it. I don't know when it'll be out. It'll be out in a day or two. But oh my god, I thought it was going to be a tie just because of the tenacity that he had on his Dengar. 5 Ewoks going at Dengar for over a minute.
Well,
on auto.
All right. So that being said, thank you for letting us look at your roster. If you have any more questions, Bones, then get with us in Discord. You can easily do that. Follow up with us, and we'll hook it up. If you would like a roster review, all you need to do is send your GG page and a brief overview of what you're looking for to Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. I'm sure he'll ask questions, but make sure he does respond, and then he'll add you to the queue. When your time comes up for your roster review, then we'll let you know ahead of time, and we'll make it happen. So that's all you need to do for a roster review. So get them in if you want them. That's how it works. We don't charge anything. We do this for free for the fans. That's what we do around here, Graham.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We do a lot of stuff because we love our fans. All right, let's get into questions. I've got the game open. It's going to be kind of hard for me to play the game and do questions at the same time. It just doesn't work. So let me get in here. Joey. Okay, let me see here. Questions. 2 questions so far only. So, Rose Taco question. Oh, here we go. When eternal night falls upon this land and everything is in darkness, will the twins be the only ones standing? See, only Rose Taco get away with this because, I don't know.
Well, how will we know? There's no one to record it.
The night is darkest before the light. For the sun rises. Zombie 7469 Texas. Mile stomp the grounds. Hope he's from Houston. Question: I just changed to Reventine. When I'm looking to climb, I have been looking for a slow Revan to hit. What else should I look to have an edge? Weekly modded Yodas, Jolies, those kind of things. You can tell, like, you look at their health pool and protection, like, yeah, buddy. You just know it's like, yeah, that Yoda's going to die with that big 5-hit. So those are some things you can look at. If they're especially modded correctly. Wait, what?
It's an extra up now.
Wait, did Swery do something again?
Oh, I'm sure she has.
Oh, I mean.
No, that was an eknanabna. If you read that backwards, it reads ambulance.
Yeah, we don't speak freaky deaky English there, Mike.
No, I never understand though. Why do they have it painted backwards? You read it as like, yeah, it's an ambulance.
Well, in our country, they're not like that. I don't understand why they would be like that in Britain, but then again, you guys drive on the wrong side of the road, so I can't explain your culture.
Well, they write it backwards, so when you're looking in your rearview mirror, you can see it says ambulance.
Oh, see?
Who looks in the rearview mirror? What's behind me doesn't count.
There you go.
The Italian style.
See? Very nice.
Rearview mirror for lipstick, isn't it?
Bones Jones said, question, thanks for the review, guys. The only thing I'm having trouble with is deciding to spend my gear or hoard it is to see what's happening in March. I'd hoard. Really what you need to work on is more like, you can be hyper-focused. So let's say you're working on your First Order Stormtrooper, just focused on him and his gear, but hoard the rest. Hoard crystals, hoard credits, don't spend anything. And you can do it that way. So you're still working on your roster, you're not spending a lot, and you're hyper-focused on working on something. And your farms are not going to affect anything because you're just doing your normal farms.
Oh, I mean, if one thing he could do is there are a couple characters that in the selection that he's farming that could use a minimal gear, just get them up to gear 7 so they're viable. Like some of the troopers, you can get away with gear 7.
Yeah, initially, for territory or dark side territory battles.
And that way, I mean, 7 I think is the cutoff for most of them before they start using like Carbantes and stun guns and cuffs and stuff like that.
Yeah, at the moment, it's just kind of looking at the characters you're interested in and just farming the gear. Don't deploy it, farm it, have it ready, and wait for the curveball that we all feel is coming.
It's coming.
Surprise, mother!
Surprise, mother!
Yeah, exactly. Mace Windu styley. Just Just ask Grande about his lightsaber.
What? Okay. All right. Next question. I'm just doing a little bit of shopping. Let's see here. Nick Merck question: how much added offense you guys have on GMY? Well, let's look. I haven't checked mine. Let's see. Currently, mine has. Let's see, 6323. I've got to get these mods sliced. They're all mainly offense and stuff. So once I get these to 60s and stuff, then I'll have 7,000 easily. So
over 6,000.
Over 6,000.
I beat the bus! Yay!
So, but yeah, I'm working on slicing this bad boy up with his offense and stuff. So you want over 6,000. So anything over 6,000 is the goal. So, all right, next question. Matt Bailey, Ewoks versus First Order? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Mike, explain yourself.
No, no, it wasn't against First Order.
Oh, no, that was against Bounty Hunters. Oh, my mistake.
Bounty Hunters.
Who said Ewoks versus First Order?
Oh, no, I wouldn't try that. No,
that's a bad idea.
No,
You'll time out.
Really
bad.
Mean,
yeah, they regenerate health too much. But weirdly, I mean, I've my last 2 grand arenas, I've gone against. No disrespect to the second guy, but I really need to find him and tell him about mods.
I've noticed that a lot. I've noticed that a lot about the people I'm facing. Their mods. You know,
over 5 million GP, and his fastest tune, including his Revan, his fastest tune had plus 70, which was BB-8. I need to find him and have a word with him.
Yeah, it's not about quantity; it's about quality. You know,
tell him to watch the lunch stream.
Yeah,
yeah. Now I've fought him. Now I can give him the pointers. Thank you very much for the win. Oops, spoiler alert there.
May I never face you again.
But yeah.
But yeah, don't use Ewoks.
But no. Ewoks. I've got a Zeta on Chirper. That's it. That's my only Zeta on my Ewoks. Admittedly, I've got them to gear 12, but running Chirper lead with Pat Blue, Low Grey, Wicket, and Ewok Elder. And they seriously dismantle bounty hunters. It's a great squad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bone Jones has another question about his roster. Says, what about some of the good characters have like 7-star Wampa, Nest? I'll have 7 stars soon. Shirt, Fulcrum, all good. But do I gear any of them up right now or wait? So here's the thing about some of these ancillary characters. Fulcrum, no, don't. Really, with Rebels, Chirrut and Bays are secondary. They're really good, and you should want them. But again, you've got the main Rebel team, and that's the team that you'll be using. So let's. You know, it's about rounding up teams overall. So getting your First Order in your Night Sisters in a good spot is a overall team that'll help you out. Now, Wampa is fantastic. I don't have any problem if you want to waste some gear on him or Ness. Those are 2 characters on the side. Hermit Yoda's the same way. That if you gear them, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever because they're that damn good. You guys saw in Grand Arena my Wampas. You want to put a weak Rebel team. Wampa's going to go in there and go, mom, and I get an easy 62-point win. Same thing with Ness. You want to do something silly, the Ness will go in there. I mean, there's some other characters that you can ride solo with. No pun attention to Han. But, yeah, I don't have a problem with that, Bones. But if I'm looking at your roster from a team perspective, right, I'd like to see if round out your teams a little bit. Those troopers need some loving, you know, and Ewoks need some loving. First Order Night Sisters are right there. Your other teams are solid, you know, but if you want to throw in a Nest and a Wampa in there as part of, pick one. Don't do both at the same time. Do either pick Wampa or Nest. Put that in there. Say like you're working a First Order gear and you want to throw a Nest as well because you just want to work on her gear as well. I'm fine with that, but be focused, right? Say you're doing First Order Stormtrooper and you're doing Nest. Great, but be focused, hoard the rest. 1 or 2 characters at a time. Don't go crazy trying to do multiple characters. That's when you kind of get into the slog, and that's when you start falling behind. All right, back to some of the other questions. Let's see. William Perrin. Question, who should I Zeta first between Chewie and Trip if I don't have 3PO and they're both 5 stars? Treya.
Treya.
Yeah, Treya, both Zetas. I mean, Treya, her lead, she just makes the Sith nasty. I know it's not as strong meta as it was before, still in the meta, but yeah, I do that before I do Chewie. Speedo Kills question. With the potential character releases with completion of prestigious quests in the works, where are y'all at with your Jedi, Bounty Hunter Fulcrum, and Sith quests? I don't give a crap about that stuff, man. I don't even look. I mean, someone asked me the other day, I think it was yesterday, Mist asked me, like, what quest you're working on. I'm like, I don't know. I've got quests in there, but it is not a focus of mine. It really isn't. If I go to my quest right now, what quest do I have? Let's see. Defeat the Sith Lord with Ewoks. Okay. Let's see. I'm working on Darth Treya Challenge for Grand Arena. I'm working on just started this one, General Kenobi Challenge on offense, and then Squad Arena. I think I've got to get Jedi Anakin Knight to gear 12. So I think that's the one I have to do, and I'll have that done. So, but it's not like I'm sitting there going, I need to gear Jedi Knight Anakin. No, he's gear 11. He's staying there. He's not a priority. Good Lord, I'm not taking him to 12. Take him to 12. Damn it. Well, what do I need? No. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, like for me, I think the last time I checked quests was when they put them in the game. When they first put them in the game. God, so much of those. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna even go for this.
Yeah, so it's not eventually I'll do it and I'll knock it out. Now, I digress and say that if it does come to the character you need it for questing, I'll kind of redo some things. If it's for a character that's different, but just for the quest the way they are now, I don't care. I really don't. Some people that love the quest, and I'm happy for them that they love the quest, and if it brings you enjoyment, it has something to strive for, hey, do it. You know,
I can tell you one quest I know Ouchie won't be completing, and it has something to do with Dooku.
Yeah, she's not a big fan of Dooku. I don't think you're wrong in that assessment there, Grim. I just don't think you're wrong. But you can see what I'm working on. I mean, I'm hyper-focused. Characters like Zalbar, I'm working on the Carousel team, and you can see that. Young Lando, I'm working on his ship, and I'm working on him just because I just want to have him done. So his ship's almost done, he's almost done. L3, Cantina Energy, I'm going to finish her up. You can see I'm working on Jango Fett, but that's because Boss ship's in there, so it's a 2-for-1. So, and these are the characters I'm working on gear. Kira, Zalbar, L3 and Vandor are gear priorities. So I'm hoarding right now. So when I get to a certain level, I'll put one on the gears on and take it to the next one. Zalbar I can take to 11 here. I just need, what do they need? I need 20 more of these black golden balls. I hate those things. So I'll take them to 11 and then leave them at there. You know, and then if I can take them to 12, great. But I want to get the Kira Stall team done. You know, Vandor, once I get him to 7 stars. You notice they're only at a certain gear level. I don't take a character past a certain gear level until they're 7 stars. I don't do it. Period. You know.
Looks like you're almost there, dude.
Yeah, I am. It's getting there. So I'd say within a week or two they'll be done. So
nice.
And then I go back. I'll keep working on Basil Fallen Candors. If the other two come up, I'll pop them in, and then it's going to be, some of the characters I was working on before, Range Trooper, things of that nature. Unless they throw a whole bunch of other crap at us, So. But it's a very hyper focus, and you just have to stay focused on what you're working on. I don't get distracted by anything else. Period. So it works, guys. Trust me. You have to be patient with it, but you can do it. Let's see. Deadpool Kyle question: Ranger Gurren, why do you guys get hideous all riled up? Does someone have a Snickers? I didn't do anything, man. I don't have to say anything in hideous to get riled up, man. What are you talking about, Table Kyle? And if you got a Snickers, give him one. It satisfies. Deadpool Kyle question: British Finn. Don't know who that is. Why are you pissing hideous off? I think that's directed at you, Mike. What did you do? Did we lose Mike?
Yeah, he said he had to go.
Oh. Sword of the Jedi, question for Ranger. Can you tell me who Ven Solo is? Looking at his saber to build and it looks nice, but don't know who she is. That name sounds
familiar. What was the name?
Ven Zalo? Venzallow. Hold on. It's not registering in my brain, but I'm sure if I look it up, it'll be like, oh yeah, that knucklehead. Okay, I thought that's who that was. So that is the guy from the Old Republic. The first cinematic that they put out, but you were deceived.
The Jedi Master that gets killed by
Malgus.
Malgus, yeah.
You were deceived.
Oh, that was an awesome video, by the way. If you guys
all
those
cinematics are incredible.
Oh, they did a beautiful job on all the cinematics.
They could just make a movie of that and I'd watch it. Like, yep, I'm in. The one on what was the planet? Alderaan. Oh God, so good. Oh God.
I hate to bring up the Eternal Twins in this one, but
I love this. I mean, the Eternal Twins one was fantastic. Oh my God, it was so good.
The final one where I know it's a spoiler where
it's been out for like years. So
where one brother kills the other.
Yeah,
they get overwhelmed by anger.
Yeah.
Oh man, that made me cry.
It was unreal.
He
is the Jedi Master. So during one of many great galactic wars, the Sith did kind of like this Cold War thing going on. So the Sith and there'd been like this ceasefire. They had this peace meeting, but when they did, the Sith used that as an opportunity to attack Coruscant. And you see, if you go and just look Old Republic cinematics, he's the Jedi Master on the deceived one. And you'll see him. He's the one finding Malgus at the end with the green lightsaber. So yeah, I thought the name was familiar. I hadn't thought about that name in forever. And he's not a well-known Jedi Master from that because he perishes. But you do get to see him in there, and you can get a little bit of his backstory. You can go to the Wikipedia and get some more stuff. But yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah, his lightsaber is the one I use for the title background on my YouTube channel.
I think I actually had his lightsaber I had so many lightsabers from the Old Republic game that the specialty lightsabers. Like I had Revan's full outfit, with the lightsabers and everything. Cost a fortune. I had to farm the hell out of that. And I didn't spend a lot of money in the game, but you can get stuff, but you just had to farm. And so, but yeah, it was. I had Tuluk Horde's outfit, the samurai looking one with the skull face. I used to run around like that with my my Sith tank and just scare the crap out of folks. Like, what is that? It's like, haha, I've come here, stand still, so I can bring you. Hellenix, Ranger Graham, hold this for after Star Wars Galaxy Here's questions. Question for Mike, not here, but I'll try to answer it. What do you think of the F1 liveries launched this far? That Ferrari looks nice, but McLaren livery is vomit-inducing. Okay, that's a car question. Graham, do you know anything about the cars? I can't even.
Formula One livery, as he says, the swag. So we call it over here. I don't know. I've never been much for most of that stuff because it's like gaudy and tacky and. Ugh.
All right.
Like BMW stuff. BMW stuff make you look like, as the British call it, a cock.
Right.
It's a different meaning over there than it is over here. So
right.
It's not a bad thing here. It's a bad thing here. It's not as bad over there.
I know, but they have, I remember Smithy one time was like, yeah, I'm going out to smoke a fag. I'm like, wait, what did you say? And I didn't know that was the name for cigarettes. He used to say it all the time, and it would throw me off because it has such a negative connotation associated with it here, obviously, and it's not a word you should use. But there, it's an actual name for a cigarette. Go smoke a fag. And I was like, oh. Yeah. So it's really interesting. I always love that about cultures, how they call things different things, and they have different meanings. I've always found that fascinating. So, all right, Remy Vanette. question. All the characters I'm working on are stuck on damn stun gun. Solution? I fear the answer will be none. No, there is a solution. Stun guns are something you just have to... So for me, I look at the stores. 2 stores that I focus on: a Shard Shop. They go in there a lot. You just saw me purchase some. The other one is Guild Event Store. I don't buy hardly anything out of the Guild Event Store other than, like, I'll get some of these MK1, the back to gels, because, my God, I always run out of those things. But one of the few things else I'll buy out of here are stun guns. They come in here a lot, and it's a great place to get them. I don't think the Guild Event Store has them. I've never seen them in there.
They show up in there
once a blue moon, right?
6, I think.
So, but yeah, so...
But it's really rare.
But I mainly use the stores for that kind of stuff, you know, because raids will usually give me a lot of the other stuff, the upper echelon stuff, but it's really Corbante's stun cuffs and stun guns that can really slow you down. And so for those 2 stores, I get that stun guns are a priority. I don't buy a lot of other crap out of there. And let's say, like, I'm 5 away from one of those gold pieces. I'm like, yeah, I'll spend $280 whatever, and whatever it costs to get them, just to round out a character to, like, gear 11 or gear 12. I don't mind doing that, but, you know, that's your best bet. The other one is a farm, but the drop rate on stun guns is ridiculous. It's awful. It's really, really poop-tacular.
Real quick, Darth Hideous, you're right. I'm sorry. They don't show up in the guild store. They show up in the event store.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't I say the event store?
No, I
oh, okay, I got you.
Mistook it, and yeah, it's the guild event store.
Okay.
But, like, for me, stun gun salvage is the only thing I will buy out of the shipments, the crystal shipments. That's the only thing I spend crystals on in there is stun gun salvage, because there's such a pain in the backside to get.
Okay. Get some Wata here. Nathaniel Morgan, did Rangers say the Eternal Twins are fantastic, and does that mean they should come to the game soon? I mean, no. I mean, in the Old Republic, the Eternal Twins, the storyline was really good. And the cinematic, if you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. I don't hate the Eternal Twins for the fact that they're the Eternal Twins in the game. I played the hell out of the Old Republic. I actually had the outfit for both twins for my character. It's just, y'all bring it up so much, it's like, oh my God. Travis Anderson, question, can we push for Mitra? First sign of a possible solo Sith, since she killed them all herself. Hashtag Mitra love. Travis, we can push for whatever you like, my friend. Doesn't mean we're going to get it. I've been pushing for a real Revan since, forever.
Well, I mean, like, for stuff in this game, I wish we had a say in it. But, I mean, we still have yet to have a real Jedi Luke in the game. And it's been, what, over 3 years?
Yeah, but it'll eventually get here. Pretty much. Alright. Ski Trooper, odds I will ever get my wish and Darth Bane comes to the game. I'd love to see Bane and Zarina come into the game. You know, the patriarch of the rule of 2. Yeah, I'd take that. Be cool. But which version of Bane? He had 2 versions. The one we had the armor on, and the other version of him. I kind of like the other version of him without the armor. He was more powerful. I think the armor limited him. You read that in the books. Darth Zorana is, she's nasty. One of the most powerful Sith sorcerers ever. Because that's how she killed Darth Bane, her master. Alright, let's see if there's any more questions. If my computer will cooperate with me. It's not cooperating with me.
Wow, my brain isn't working very well this morning or afternoon. Which Sith Lord was it that had the 2-handed lightsaber? It was a double-bladed lightsaber, but it could only have the blade activated on one side at a time. What was his name?
I'm just thinking of double-bladed lightsabers in general that I can remember. Exar Kun, but his was double-bladed. He was the first one to use a double-bladed. That one's not popping into my head. I know.
I forget the dude's name, but it was a really awesome-looking lightsaber in the comics. But for some strange reason, my mind is bringing up
I know
blank
what's his
right
name,
now.
and I can't think of his name. It's been a while since I've read the EU. The one Jedi Master that had that lightsaber that he was kind of like a light flashlight where you could turn the handle and it made the blade twice as long. I mean, there's been some creative things that they've done with lightsabers, but that one just doesn't pop into my head. Abaringo question for Yoda with Revan. What's best, 6.2 offense with 222% critical chance, or 7K offense with 150% critical chance? 7K offense. Offense, and more offense. I don't know how you feel, Grim, but I'd go with the 7K and 150% critical chance over 6.2 and 222.
Yes.
So, there you go, Baringo. Rose Taco question. Would Micha be a hard counter to Jedi Knight Revan? Nope.
Well, I'd say yes to Jedi Knight Revan, but to the true Revan,
Oh,
no.
Jedi Knight Revan. I'm just thinking Revan. Sorry, I'm a little biased.
Yeah, to the true Revan, no.
Not to the true Revan.
This guy we got in game is just an imposter.
It's the early Revan stuff. Things. Dr. Gonzo H. question. How many eternal twins can eternally be eternal and I'm not even going to finish this question, Dr. Gonzo. No. No. Just not going to do it. All right, get your questions. I'm going to take a couple more, and then we're going to close it out for the day. Grand Arena, it's setup phase, so I'll try to get the battles in tomorrow. It's going to be me against Pedro Sanchez. Should be a good matchup. I looked at his roster, pretty solid, so it should be a good fight. So you know what, I'm going to do a arena battle while we're waiting for more questions. As you watch chat. What is chat saying, Graham? Right from a Revan, huh?
Talking about Grand Inquisitors.
That would be a great addition, I think, to the game.
Oh, I'd love to see the Inquisitors, man. But then again, I'd like to see more Empire.
Yeah, true.
I mean, when you think about, they have a ton of Empire characters already in the game that we don't get to play as. You know, we don't get to use them, like all the snowtrooper commanders and commandos and the shadow, not the shadow troopers, the covert ops, or no, snowtrooper ops.
Right.
There's AT-ST drivers, AT-AT drivers, and all that stuff that they have yet to let us use, and I think they should let us use them.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of different ways they can go, you know?
That, and please put Dr. Aphra and her 2 droids in the game.
Yeah, that would be great.
If you want Grim to spend money on your game, put those 3 characters in, and then I'll spend money.
So I'm doing a PvP battle here. Haha, Revan, you're off the board. Haha. Shit. No, I don't want to use that yet. Now we're going to kill Mr. Poopy Pants here. He's going to res before I get a chance. Crap. Well, I can't do anything about it. That's alright, we're still going to go after him. You die! You go to hell and you die, Jolie.
Hi.
Hi, Finn. What's new with
I'm
you?
here for a little bit. Busy.
Get your meetings done, buddy.
Kinda. I still have work that I need to do right now, but I figured I'd hop on for a little bit and say hi. Hi.
Well, we're finishing up, you know, doing our thing.
Perfect.
What's new with you? If you want to check the questions, you can. I'm trying to do a PvP match.
I'm doing work while I'm doing this.
How dare you?
Oh, we don't have Stanley. Okay, hold on. I'll pull up the question.
I've got all. We just did Dr. Gonzo, so I'm.
Okay. Give me a second here. The Eternal Twins Dr. Gonzo question?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's not a lot left. Okay. Helenix, question for Ranger. When it comes to the standard Jedi Knight Revan comp, what are the stats one should focus on for each tune? For example, offense on Yoda, etc.
Well, offense on Yoda, speed on Revan. The other ones, it just depends. I don't know how you guys feel. Jolie is definitely tenacity, defense, health, protection. Same thing with Kenobi. Bastila, I go with speed and offense and stuff. I want to make her as fast as possible. So that's kind of how I go with it for her. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's kind of my thinking on it. You can put this on auto. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking on definitely on Kenobi and Jolie. You want them defensive as hell. Revan, I go, it's speed and it's it's your fastest speed mods. It doesn't matter if they match up or not. You want a speed set, or your fastest speed set. Period. Yoda's all about the offense. That last question we had where it's like, should I take 6,222 crit versus 7,150 crit? I'll take offense all day long on Yoda, especially doing Revan mirror matches. It makes a huge difference. So, but those are kind of the things. I mean, I'll show my roster here real quick once I get my quest done here. Let's just do that and keep it. So let's look at Jedi. You can see how I've got mine done. You can see we'll start with Revan and just work our way around. Revan, fastest. I got my fastest speed set and fastest speed on him. I think he's like 306. Then Yoda, you can see offense, and more offense. You can see these two mods don't even match, but that's because they're my best offensive set, bonuses on those that I can get. Bastila, it's speed, and then I went crit chance. Jolie is tenacity, defense. All the mods are health and protection. Same thing. If I can find Kenobi, there he is. Same thing. Health, protection, defense. I mean, my Kenobi stats are 40,000 health. Protection is 73,449. And once I slice these mods up, which I'm working on, then it'll be even higher. So that's kind of my thinking on. And this is talk with Ronnie. Finn, anything you want to add on that? I guess Finn's muted.
I'm muted. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Grande and I are going to start working on some more of those mod videos to finish off the Revan team. But yeah, that pretty much covers it.
All right. Any other questions?
Yes. Next question from Operingo. Question: counters outside the meta for Kira stall teams.
I don't dick around with that team. I just go in there with like a heavy hitting team and just take it out. What do you do when you see a team like that, Finn? Who would you use?
Same. I don't play around with it. It just depends on what I have. I mean, I can attack it with Night Sisters. I can attack it with CLS. I can attack it with Jedi Training Rate. It just depends what I have, right? But the reason I don't mess around with it, and I know Grim kind of loves the character. If you let L3 start getting all of her buffs together, you're going to start feeling it very quickly. Like the stall really starts to happen when L3 starts to get going. And then you have Vandor Chewie that's able to res the characters, and I mean, it can get nasty very quickly. So I don't play around with it. I think what some of the stall aspect of it that is people take it a little bit, they try to kind of like limp through it, right? But it's a very easy team that if you mess up while you're trying to take it out, L3 will just kind of screw you. She'll just tank the entire time. She just won't die. The one time she dies, Vandor Chewie will bring it'll just become nasty. So
to be honest, it's actually an easy team to beat if you know the kill order. And you bring the right tunes. You gotta bring somebody that can put buff immunity on top of Zalbar.
Mm-hmm.
And the same, put it on top of L3 as well, so you can kill Vandor Chewie. Once Vandor Chewie is gone, the team falls apart.
Yes. But it's not easy to get to Vandor Chewie if you let L3 start getting her taunt like perma up.
Mm-hmm. That's what buff immunity is for.
Yeah. I mean, you can go in with some particular things, but the main thing is, like, I wouldn't try to go too weak against it.
And that's also why I use a variation of that. I got rid of Zalbar and Mission, and I swapped it out for OG Han and Chewbacca. Because then while you're trying to get to Vandor Chewie, OG Han is killing your team.
Yeah. No, that team is nasty. The only reason I don't do that is because it does cannibalize my CLS team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like CLS with Han and Chewie, but that team is definitely quite good. Han and Chewie and your Akira team. It becomes
dude, I got 11 defenses with it last TW.
Yeah.
It's a brutal one, but once you know how to, take care of it, it gets really easy. Whatever you do not auto against that team. You'll lose horribly.
And my fault for giving him the information late. Ranger, we have Bone Jones with us, the guy you just did the roster review on.
He's on where?
On the call. Say hi, Bone Jones.
Hey, Bone Jones.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, what's going on? Love the name.
Nothing, man. I appreciate you guys doing this roster review for me. I've been waiting quite some time, and I watched it, and everything that you said, I actually was anticipating. So, and I'm glad Finn wasn't on the roster review to bust my chops about not having post ship done. But anyway, so Cassian's U-Wing, I actually have 7. I could take it to 7 stars.
Oh, good.
But the reason why I haven't was because I didn't know, I don't have the characters farmed up and geared. So I was like, is it going to have an effect or isn't it going to?
No. If he's mainly there
Support.
as the counter for Taunters and the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want, as long as you can get his reinforcement maxed out, you're just bringing him in to get rid of all the buffs.
The other thing too is he is call and assist. He's not the damage dealer. He's there so when you bring him in, especially with its reinforcement, it wipes out all their buffs. Then you can use him to call in your silencer, right?
Okay.
You can put target lock on people. That's a big deal, for your bigs and stuff. And he can also, he counters. So he doesn't do a lot. His damage is awful, but his utility is second to none. And he can stealth someone and remove their and protect them. So if your silencer's about to die and you're casting Zeps, okay, stealth, you can't find him anymore, and bam. There's a lot of things that ship does, and it doesn't require. Get the characters to gear 9. And it's still very, very effective if he's 7. If the ship's 7 stars, that's fine, and he's that reinforcement that will make a huge difference in your lineup.
All right, yeah, I'll give that a shot. Ever since the Falcon came, I'm still placing in the top 50, but it's destroying me. So
you're fine in the top 50. Honestly, my man, until you get your own mill for the meta changes to another ship, top 50's fine. You're doing great in your regular arena. I look at the 50 I get from ships as just extra that pays for half of my canteen I spend every day. So
the reason why I like the fleet, I'm not a big fan of ships for a lot of different reasons, but I use the fleet currency for my Zeta farm or whatever. I use a lot of it for my Zetas.
Yeah, we've got to get you back to doing some of the ships though.
Yeah,
you got other ways to get Zetas. You've got the challenges from the ships, right? There's events. So if you can get some of these teams lined up and stuff where you can get some of these additional Zetas, we've got territory wars. It's a couple Zetas. So I would round out your fleet.
Okay.
And get that taken care of first. We always say characters first. I know Zetas are important, but if your fleet's hurting like some of your ships are, kind of defeats the purpose.
Right.
So,
I'll take a look more at that. One of my biggest things is I always feel like I'm playing catch up in the game, and I didn't get Revan the first time around, but I spent everything I had focusing on getting him the second time, and I think I did a good job of that.
Yeah.
But now it's how do I stay current? So, obviously there's been a lot of talk about the Old Republic and this and that. So that's my number one farm right now is getting them done.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you spend a lot of money in the game?
No, I would consider myself a baby dolphin.
Then don't worry about it.
Just I do I spend most of if I do spend money, it's just on gear because it's so hard to get.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. So listen, you're not chasing because you are the meta right now.
Right.
You don't have MILF, but that's fine. You're still in the top 50 in ships. You can get one in arena. with Revan, right?
Right.
Your focus needs to be on your mods and just you've got a lot of the teams done. I mean, what are the two teams that you need to work on? Troopers and Ewoks. Ewoks for 3PO, because that's the last pillar you're missing. Troopers because they're just a really solid team and you need it for certain things. That's it.
Right.
The rest of your lineup is really good. You know, First Orders, the gear is there. So what I would focus on is that hyper focus. Don't worry about chasing crap. As you work on a team and you finish it, then you work on the next team and you finish it. Once it's done, it's done. You know, it's not like you have to go back and do some more work. I mean, eventually we'll get a gear level. So minor things like that happen to where it's like, okay, I gotta take them to 90 now. But that's different than having them starred and geared.
Right.
You know, that's how I've done it. I did First Order all the way. Gear 12 and Zetas. And then I went to Night Sisters. Did the same thing. And then, you know, all Gear 11. Same thing with Troopers. I took all these tunes to Gear 11. Once in a while, you know, one would go Gear 12 because I had the pieces. But I always did the leaders first. Those key important parts. You know, like Crew. Asajj. You know, those characters that are important on the team. You know, JTR, CLS, things like that. And then, you know, round out the rest. But that's kind of how you have to approach it as a free-to-play, you know, Baby Dolphin, is just stay focused. Trust me, you'll get caught up eventually.
Yeah, and I ever since I started, like, watching your guys' stream, like, that's the one thing I really got out of it was, you know, stay focused, don't pick too many things, and then just hoard your resources. And that was one of the questions I asked you was, I know I have some good characters on my bench. Should I, you know, dip into that and give them the gear?
No.
So, yeah, and I haven't because I'm like, you know, something comes out or whatever, just hold it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, you guys have answered a lot of my questions. You know, obviously I can't figure out, why do you guys think that they haven't released Joanny and Canderous yet?
Panic Farm.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. It's bothering me.
It's a week past due. It's a Panic Farm.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't, and I'll be pleasantly surprised if it isn't, and I'll tip my hat to CG, like, good for you. The company has to make money. They've made a fortune doing it this way, where they put those last characters out and maybe add a third one that we don't even know is coming, and say, boom, Malik, want them? Pay for them.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know, I've ranted enough about it. I'm not going to rant about that anymore. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, if you don't get them the first time around, you're just not going to get them the first time around.
All right. One more question for you.
No,
you guys were taking a look at my mods, and I actually had some help with my mods because I struggled. They're just complicated for me. But I'm getting a better grasp, like watching your guys' stream and, you know, talking to some other people. But right now, I'm having a hard time. Like, you looked at them, you're like, yes, I need to slice them. But I literally have, like, no mods in my inventory. So how would do I, like, 2 days do mod slicing and then, you know, mod farming and just all slicing?
You do it both in the same day. Think about how much energy you get each day with your mod energy. It's like your regular energy. And plus you get a 45 refresh. So you can easily spend your first 144 on mods, sell everything that's 4 dot or below, keep your 5-1s, roll them, see what you get. You can pick speed, crit, offensive, I don't care. You know, you can do whatever you want. And then the other 144 on slicing a specific mod each day. You know, what I would do is just start from your GG list, start working your way down. You know, that first purple I saw that could be sliced in the 20s, go for it. And then just do that every day. You can do both.
I was trying to work on, like, factions. So, you know, I finished up my Jedi, all those are gold, and then now I was, like, working on my Sith, my Treya, my next raid. You know, I'll get her 7 stars. I got her gear already. So, but that's what I was doing. I was, like, doing it faction based, and then, you know, once I have that done, move on.
No, that's the perfect way to do it. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to do Sith and finish those off, that's totally fine. That's another viable team that's really good that you can use in a lot of different areas. You know, so if that's how you want to do it, go for it, man. You know, and then, but have a plan. You know, don't be all over the place. You know, farming is one thing where you can have different characters you're working on to round out factions and things. That's different than gearing. Gearing to me is specific to the faction you're working on. If you want to do Sith next because you're about to finish training stuff, go for it. I don't have a problem with that. Take them to Gear 12. I mean, that's totally fine with my opinion. And then you want to go do First Order, great. Go finish them off. You want to go do Night Sisters, great. And in the meantime, you're still farming Ewoks and you're still farming Stark and Veers and stuff. And I mean, you know, so you're knocking out multiple things in multiple areas. But
yeah, like so, I actually have Stark, and I can unlock them. But again, like I'm not using them, so I didn't want to inflate my GP. So I'm just like keeping him on the bench until I have him like start up to at least 6 stars or something.
Well, you can use them at 5 stars. So here's the thing: there's characters that inflate your GP. When we say inflate GP, it's a character that you level that you're never going to use.
Okay.
You see the difference between that and a Stark? A Stark is someone you're going to use. You're going to make that investment in. Jawas, really? No.
Yeah.
You know, if you unlock them, great. But unless you're needed for something, you just don't use them enough. It's like, what's that one? I mean, there's so many characters that are like that. It's sad to say, but it is. You just go down the list and you're like, okay, let me see. Am I going to use these guys ever? Let me look. Tusken Shaman? No. You know, Mob Enforcer? No. Naughty? No.
Right.
You know, so Jedi Knight Guardian. I mean, they're characters that's like, if you're not going to do anything with them, don't put anything on them. You know, now back in the day, we used to take them to 50 so we could put mods on them because that was the only way we could do mods. So we could get a good sense of where we were with modding. And you needed space for your mods. So, but those days are done. So you don't really need to worry about that because of the new tools and everything that's out there now. So if you're not going to plan on working on them anytime soon or do anything with them, you can farm them. If you have nothing else you're working on, you just want to farm them just to have them done. Yeah, farm them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with the Ewoks. Every time that they're in the stores, you know, I'll get them. And I was very specific with my farms and my energy. Like I said, I was doing the Old Republic. Canderous is done. Fallen Bastila is almost done.
Mm-hmm, I saw that.
So I just finished Django the other day. So now, I do 2 energy farms. It's Fallen Bastila, and now it's going to be, I'm going to finish it up Talzin, get her finished. Yep. And then my Cantina is one of the Ewoks. I forgot which one it was off the top of my head.
That's fine.
And then my ship energy is going to Nest. And she's like,
totally
I got 89 shards, so only a few more to go, and I'll get her all set and squared away. So
yeah, see, that's perfectly fine. That's a reasonable, well thought out execution of your plan, and stick with it. And don't chase the shinies. Look, we've seen it in too many rosters where people are all over the place. Staying focused and focus on those characters that you need to work on. Don't get distracted. Don't get pulled away. There are rare circumstances where you'll ever hear me and Finn say, stop. Stop everything. New plan.
Yeah.
But that's rare that we do that. I think we've done it maybe once or twice. I think we did it with the veterans because we knew JTR was coming. We're like, stop what you're doing. Start farming the crap out of these guys. And we were right. You know, so certain times we can look at that and go, yeah, but those are rare and few and far between that we will tell you not to change what you're working on. You know, so, but your roster's really good. You've got a lot of the pillars done. We just need 3PO, but you'll get him next time around. And you know, finish Sith, finish First Order, finish Night Sisters, and other than Imperial Troopers, you'll be in a really good spot for your GP to make some serious contributions. At 3 million GP to have the roster you have, especially if you get like, I would shudder to face you in Grand Arena at that level because you'll have Treya, you'll have Revan, you'll have a badass bounty hunter squad. Your Night Sisters are still pretty solid. You know, so that's what you want to do. Is you have these teams that you can put on offense and defense and make your opponent go, God dang, what did I just run into here?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. You guys have really answered a lot of the questions I had, and thanks for taking the time. And
no, absolutely.
Finn, thanks for the communication and getting me on the stream.
Oh, no problem. And sorry I did it kind of late.
No, that's all right.
I had no idea you were supposed to be on.
Well, no, he messaged me, and I was like prepping for my meeting, and by the time I saw it, it was already like over. I assumed it was over. I sent it to him as soon as I saw his message.
Like, oh no.
I'm in the middle of like user testing in these emails, so like in my meeting, so I can't like break away because I have to like document every single result, and I'm taking screenshots the entire time, and that's on my other computer, so I was definitely not paying attention.
Likely excuse. Don't listen to him, Bones. He was just he was playing some game or something.
He's playing Anthem.
Yeah, playing Anthem. There you go. I knew it.
Not yet. Soon, TM.
Yeah.
All right. All
right, guys. No, I'm gonna be all set, man. Again, thank you so much, and I enjoy your guys' stream. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, we appreciate it, Bones. And if you have any other questions, just reach out to us. All right, my friend.
All right, we'll do, guys. Have a good one.
Cool.
Take care, dude.
Any other questions we got, Dr. Finn? Wrap this up.
Let me check here really quick. Let me refresh this. Let's see. Yeah, we had a few come in, so we'll try to run through these here.
Real quickly, yeah.
Ski Trooper question: do you like keeping Bastila with Revan and Grand Arena, or do you prefer making two teams? I keep her because I'd rather have one strong team right now. Although
it's 6 or 7, depending on where you're at. I'd rather have a really strong team, but
yeah,
I could see you mix it, spread it out. But I'm not a big fan of that. It's Grand Arena. It's 7-on-7 basically. You want your 7 best, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't split them up.
Skywalker Vader question: what is the most overrated character in the game?
Great overrated?
Question. Overrated. Mm-hmm.
I don't think there is one.
No, for a while, Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum kind of fell into that category, for me personally. Boy, it's hard to say. Typically, we do a pretty good job of being able to assess these characters in their category. I don't think I've ever thought of one that was so overrated that it's like, yeah.
I guess maybe Young Han.
Young Han, yeah, but I don't think we ever gave him a high mark.
There's a lot of people that praise him.
His damage is great.
To be honest,
but he's not yeah.
He's the only one that I can think of that, yeah.
Anything that pop out to your brain, Finn? I mean, we're pretty feast or famine on this stuff. It's like, we can tell you how good a character is, and I don't think we've ever overhyped one or overrated something or had something that was overrated. We're like, yeah, we don't buy it.
I guess the question, if you look at overrated, right, is maybe a character that was good for a while and then not so good. So if you look at it that way, potentially
maybe JTR, but she's still really
not
good.
JTR. So the one
I'm pulling at straws here.
Two that come to mind.
Sure.
One is Sunfac, because back in the day, Sunfac was the meta character when it was like only chromiums and stuff, and this is going back a long ways. But Sunfac was pretty much the best character in the game for a long time. When he was like chromium, or I can't remember I think it was chromium, not iridium, so, yeah. But when he was like pay to play only, Sunfac was the character. Not so much now. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, Sunfac could be one, and then the other one maybe Maul, who also had his time in the sun, but then quickly became he's almost at this point like useless, because all Sith like go through either Traya lead or Emperor Palpatine team.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the Maul meta with the nest that kind of showed up as like a force counter against Revan. Maul has unfortunately not been too utilized. That's from the perspective of like actual game characters, right? Now, if you're looking at a character that has standing in Star Wars, that has notoriety in the game simply because of his name, but is not as good as his name represents, then you're looking at probably regular Lando or Jango Fett
Grievous
being somewhat disappointments based on what you would expect from their name, right? Like Lando Calrissian is like smooth malt liquor. That's what you would expect.
Yeah, there's some.
His character is not useful. And then Jango Fett obviously was surprisingly a marquee, decent character, but seems to be lacking for the status that Jango had with Star Wars fans. So it depends on how you looking at it, but those would probably be the four that I would come up with. Jango and Lando for namesake, and then Sunfac and Maul as having time in their sun and then not being as good.
Yeah. Good question.
Oh, and good point. Kashmir also writes Mace. Yeah, Mace falls into that name.
Mace and Grievous are just dumpster fires. Thank God Grievous is going to work.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Any other questions?
Yes. Sorry. Next question is Aparingo question. What's the strategy for Hermit Yoda in a Revan team that everyone seems to be using in offense?
Just assist.
Just cause more attacks with Yoda.
Yeah.
More healing, so nobody dies as much. Because there's constant protection recovery with the basic. Got the massive heal with his strength flows, especially when you Zeta it, and then you get battle meditation on everyone, or Master's Training. Sorry, Master's Training on everyone. So you can get a lot of Jedi attacking out of turn as you spread that Master's Training, which then allows for the healing through the Revan.
The first one you use it on is Yoda, and you're just amping him up.
And then you just keep on spreading it after.
Yeah.
Next question, Nathaniel Morgan question: how is Finn doing in Grand Arena? I made it to the finals. I put my strongest teams on defense in the first round. They weren't able to clear me. I think I beat like 2 teams or something, and then won that round. The next round, I cleared a territory. The guy wasn't able to clear any territories. I didn't change anything on defense. I just let it auto put in my last ones. So my strongest things were on defense. I won the second round, and now I'm in the finals, 2-0.
There you go.
Not getting a lot of kills because I went super defense heavy because I was on vacation the first day, and then just like, yeah, screw it.
It's a legitimate strategy.
Mm-hmm. It's also great when you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, Zombie7469TX. Question, I just wanted to say thanks for the review you guys gave me. Made a big impact in my overall performance. I have learned a lot from you guys and really appreciate it. Well, thank you very much, Zombie.
Glad to have been of assistance.
That's right.
Aparengo question, is there an easy way to knock down the Falcon with a non-Falcon team? Asking for Grand Arena to be able to put mine on defense, which would be the ideal team.
Something with Cassian as your first reinforcement.
Yeah. I mean, I go with, you saw my lineup now, I had bad RNG. Well, I wasn't even facing the middle team, but usually I use Silencer, stun it, and then hit it hard, and then try to control it and wait till the buff comes in, then I bring Cassian, and then it's like, I'm 50-50 with the mill ships. It depends on RNG. I had one yesterday where it's like, got dodged a couple times. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
I had that thing
Cassian,
in the bag.
Silencer, and then Chimera Capital Ship is like a good set of fleet stuff that you can use in order to beat the home one Millennium Falcons without a Millennium Falcon of your own. Next question, do you know why Jawas have red eyes? I'm assuming there is a answer somewhere in here.
I don't
know. I don't see where the question is.
I
don't see the response. Oh, then he says, I don't know where I was going with that. All right, then.
Okay.
We have no idea either.
Right. Science.
All right. And then, yeah, that was it for questions.
All right. That's it for us today. Finn, you want to talk about the big stream? I mentioned it earlier, but if you want to say anything about it for tomorrow.
Yeah, so please make sure that you guys go to the Tiltify page. The link is in the description. We have a bunch of new things that we're adding in there slowly. There is a new reward for what we're calling the Stew Strong medium-sized package, which has a small medium-sized fitted RSG Stew Strong hat, a pair of medium socks, the Stance Star Wars socks with the Chewie and the Stormtroopers, which you guys can see in the picture, and a wristband which has a $78 value if you guys would just buy it normally, and it is up there for $50, and we'll mail you the entire package there. So if you guys are medium sized, we have this available for you. Now is the time to get it. Make sure you check out the challenges. There's a new challenge for me to wear a porg when I go to the ACS dinner now, as I have figured out how I can accomplish this. So there will be a porg with me if that challenge is filled when I go to, I think it's Planet Hollywood with the American Cancer Society people. So that should be pretty entertaining. We do have a challenge for a Grimm roster review.
Oh.
So if we fill that challenge, we will do a roster review for Grimm. And once that gets filled, we will likely put up a poll for potential reviewers / roasters of Grimm's roster. And so you guys can then vote on which one actually does it. So you guys can fill that out. Grande's challenge in order to wear a IMCG Carries Pool Boy shirt, it's still available. So all of that is still available.
All right. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, check out our Patreon, all that good stuff. So on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, thank you guys for stopping by. No other streams the rest of the day. We got the big one tomorrow, Finn. I've got the coffee ready, tobacco. I'm ready to rock and roll. Oh my God.
I'm trying to finish my work, so I don't have any worries tomorrow.
Right. Science. So with that being said, thank you guys for stopping in and joining us. We really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Join us in our Discord, and we will holler at you later. Peace.